Shalom, family. Shalom, this is Brother Malak, and hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. I want to do part 2 of the video, who were the Jews of Spain and Portugal during the Inquisition? Again, family, like I said before in the first video, video that I did on this topic, is a lot of these sources are old, very old sources, and these books are very expensive, and we know the adversary priced these books so high that most of us cannot afford these books. Me. Don't get me wrong; they're rare books, but most of this is just because of the information that's in it, and they want to price it out of our price range because they know we can't afford these books. But again, this information is on the internet. You can Google and research this information, so it would behoove us to archive it some kind of way, print it down, download it, what have you, because you never know. The adversary, he's always thinking of ways to hide this information, so he may remove it one day. So anyway, let's just get right into this video. Let's get into this video. Like I said, write down these sources and look them up for yourself. So anyway, the first book I'm going to go to is called A Treatise on Physical Geography, comprising hydrogeny, geognosy, geology, meteorology, botany, and it's wrote by A. Barrington, and it was published in 1850. It was published in 1850, right? And the page we're going to go to is page 297. Page 297, probably in the middle of that page, right? And it reads, "Thus the Jews are a people who have ever, according to the prophecy, dwelt alone, without intermixing with the other nations to this day. Now this separate race, all descended from brown ancestors, from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, must have been as dark as Mar Yahana, if not darker, exhibit every shade of color from the black Jews of Malabar, of whom we have such an interesting account by Dr. Claudius Bachna," I guess that's how you pronounce his last name, "to the rose and lily complexion of the Jews on the banks of Elbe. We need go no further than the Jews of southern Spain and compare them with those of Holland and northern Germany, to perceive a very striking difference. The Spanish Jews is always dark complexioned, and his hair is uniformly black, whilst the German Jews is often as fair as any German, and has light or red hair with blue eyes. The various shades of color observable among the Negro or African race tend to the same conclusion. Along the coast of Guinea, which is low, marshy, and hot, we find jet black complexion, and this is the very country from which American Negroes have been derived." Okay, dealing with the ones that the Jews, they said, were in Germany. We know from the previous video, I forgot the name of the book, that even the German Jews are dark or black, no blacker than their brothers, the brothers in the northern countries. But these people are converts, you know what I'm saying? These people are converts, They're not Jews. Even though some of our forefathers did mix with strange women, these children would be Mama's ours, because according to the Most High's a law. The children of Israel were supposed to marry Israelites. I mean, at one time, the Most High, He didn't even want us to even mix outside of our tribes. So, how much more mixing with the other nations? And again, we know this is according to Deuteronomy. I think it was chapter 7. Well, I mean, all over the Bible, many aspects. I'm not going to get into that lesson today. But anyway, those people are converts. They are not Yehudim. They're not Jews or Israelites or Yahsara'al. So let's go to the next book, family. Let's go to the next book. The next book is called America Being the latest and most accurate description of the New World. And this book was created by John Ogilvy and printed in 1671. And we're going to go to page 574, family. 574, again, towards the middle of the page. And it reads, the Portuguese that dwelt on this island informed the Netherlanders, excuse me if I chop that up, that few lived above 50 years there. Yet, notwithstanding the great gain tempted them to tarry, several of them having 200 or 300 Negroes that worked in the sugar mills, that John III, King of Portugal, sent a colony thither above 200 years before, whom though the unwholesome air destroyed, yet the place was not left desolate, for he sent new inhabitants who first settled in Guinea, next in Angola, and lastly on the island of St. Thomas, that so they might be so that they might be the better used to the air, that the said king sold all those Jews for slaves that refused to embrace the Roman religion, and caused their children to be baptized, from whom, coming thither in great numbers, most of the present inhabitants were descended. Again, these sources, family, all of them are going to say the same thing. They're going to get right to the meat of it, that our ancestors, the Jews that were in Spain and Portugal, were dropped off on the island of St. Thomas. We know that was the hot spot for the slave trade. But the irony is, again, family, and all this is our people willingly convert to some form of religion, some form of Roman religion, be it Baptist, Catholic, Seventh-day Adventist, whatever. She's the mother of all these churches. Again, she's the mother of all the harlots. So anyway, family, that's another source. Let's get to one more. And this one is called. It's called Portuguese Exploration to the West and the Formation of Brazil, 1450-1800, by Dagmar Schaefer. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. And we're going to go to page 17. Okay. And it reads, by the year 1470, the Portuguese had found the equatorial island of St. Thomas in the Guinean Gulf off the African coast. The climate proved to be extremely unwholesome for Europeans, and settlement was slow. The official chronicler of King John II 1481, 1495. Garcia de Resende reports on one of the methods to populate this island that also threw some light on a tragic form of Jewish participation in the Portuguese Atlantic Empire. The king had allowed Jewish refugees from Spain, from where they had been exiled in 1492, to remain in Portugal only to return for payment of an enormous ransom. In 1493, those who could not pay had their children taken away from them, baptized by force, and deported to St. Thome in order to be raised as Christians. We see again, this is the same thing that has happened to our families for decades, for centuries. You know what I'm saying? It's not even debatable that we're the descendants of the biblical Israelites. There's so much information out there. These sources are old. I mean, again, there's redacted versions out there, but a lot of the information that's in these older books will not be in the newer versions of them. The adversary, again, he's going to hide this as much as possible. So again, family, I hope you enjoyed this information. I hope you be able to find these sources and take these sources and use them for reference whenever you're helping edify somebody, So anyway, family, with that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.